Hey everyone, hopefully you're doing well and that this message finds you and your families safe and healthy. I've been kind of chatting with you guys over the course of the last few weeks about tips and tricks on mental health and wellness, and this is kind of a grouping of all of those things and a reminder to do those things or find some way, shape, or form that might help you deal with stress. This one kind of came to me this week when I was having a discussion with my wife, and she was talking about what they do every Monday at a specific time, and all the managers, employees get onto a virtual conference call, and it's a town hall. So what they end up doing is, for the first few minutes of that meeting, is like they discuss what's happening in the company and how everything's doing over the last couple weeks, and growth and or declines and things like that. Very stressful. But what they've been doing, that snippet is really short and sweet. It's usually about 5-10 minutes. But the remainder of that town hall, the remainder of that hour, what they end up doing is having on an expert who deals with stress and how to cope with stress and give people ideas on how to deal with it. In this one, the expert was talking about stop and smell the roses. So that's why I'm kind of going in this direction. And this is that reminder. So what the expert and that person that they had on was saying was, for a lot of us that are working at this point in time, are continuing to work, what is happening is that instead of dealing with stress and utilizing those tips and health and wellness tips and tricks to kind of move through it, what people are doing is just taking their work and they're using that as the way to deal with stress. And by doing so, we're working longer hours. We're starting at the beginning of the day, working into the late nights, working into the weekends, and what we're doing is not stopping and smelling the roses. So that expert was actually saying, take some time, move away from your desk, move away from your work for a few minutes, whether or not it's just getting up and going for a walk and stretching. Take those few minutes. For a lot of people too, is because of these long hours that people are doing, get away for an hour, do something else to get your mind off of work and all of the stresses that we were talking about and those tips that we were doing. So games, puzzles, video conferences with friends, and video chats with friends, just so that you can put all that stuff aside. For me, it's been cooking. I've been cooking up a storm, and it's been great. I'm really happy, and it gets my mind off of what's going on around me and helps me deal with stress. So what I'm trying to tell you, and what I want to try and get you guys to understand, is take those breaks. Stop and smell the roses. Get away from the computer. Get up, get moving, whether or not it's a workout or just a game or even just spending some quality time with your family. Just want to make sure that you focus on you and give yourself some time. Take the time. These are the things that those little niche tags that I'm kind of coming up with, or that are out there, is like stop and smell the roses. Take the time. You know what? And the biggest one, hit that restart button. Give yourself that reset. Give yourself that time to kind of mull everything over and feel better. And the big one that I live by is one day at a time. That's all we can do. Can't change what happened in the past, and we don't know what's coming up in the future. So just take it one day at a time. It's a very fluid situation right now, and just make sure that you stay healthy and safe. And if these tips and tricks help, again, games, puzzles, something to get your mind off of what you're doing, and don't use work as that way of getting away from those stresses. because that's a big stress as well. So just make sure that you're giving yourself the time and smelling the roses, hitting the restart button, and just remember, one day at a time. Guys, stay well, be healthy, and we'll see you soon. Take care.